What's up, Pilipinas? Welcome to another episode of WebCast. And sabi nga nila, paano ka naman makakapag-concentrate sa iyong business o sa iyong career kung meron ka naman dinadalang mabigat sa dibdib mo o sa isip mo. Siyempre, ang tendency, hindi ka makakapag-focus sa ginagawa mo kung ikaw ay heartbroken. And that's why ang topic natin ngayon ay about breakthrough. How not to let heartbreak break you. At ang mga kasama natin ngayon ay isang professional licensed teacher, English trainer, author, and entrepreneur ang nagbabalik, Miss MC Concepcion. Hi, Miss MC! Hello! Welcome to WebCast, Miss MC.
Yes, hello, Sir Rupert. Thanks for having me here again. It's nice to talk to you and
ang pagbabalik ni Miss MC Concepcion. How are you, ma'am?
Yeah. Much better, sir, and everything's looking well so far.
Medyo kakaiba yung topic today kasi most of the time, ang mga ini-interview ko is kadalasan how to start a business, how to start online, ganyan. So, pero since cash flow and mindset nga ang pangalan ng page natin is kagaya na sinabi ko kanina, paano ka nga naman makakapag-concentrate sa iyong business or sa iyong career kung meron kang dinadalang mabigat sa dibdib mo, di ba? So,
exactly.
Yes, diba? So, my first question, Miss MC, is actually, what is heartbreak and why should we talk about heartbreak?
Well, we have a lot of definitions of heartbreak, Sir Rupert. If we will go with the technical meaning, then it wouldn't be that useful for all of us. So we'll just go for the general meaning of heartbreak. Ito yung devastating effect ng losing something that's important in our lives. So, heartbreak in general doesn't necessarily mean yung romantic heartbreak na kilala nating lahat. So, I want to introduce you all to the general meaning of heartbreak. Ito yung kapag nawalan tayo ng importante sa buhay natin, not only our beloved, special someone or partner, but also a family member due to death. We can also lose our jobs, our career. Tapos minsan nga, even our passion eh. Even though we have a job, pero minsan nawawala yung passion natin sa trabaho natin. So it really affects our output. So I would like to deal with this and share the knowledge with everyone that heartbreak is really a big thing. It's not only about romantic heartbreaks.
So, maraming iba't ibang klase ang heartbreak. Merong iniwanan ng jowa.
Yun yung unang-una at mas popular na alam natin doon.
Yung mga hugot lines na ano. So, meron naman namatayan. So, iba rin yung heartbreak na yun. Iba ba ng epekto yun, Miss MC?
Well, iba-iba yung intensity nito sa tao kasi iba-iba rin yung mga tao na nakakaranas nito. Iba-iba rin yung way of handling natin dito. Kaya nga minsan nakakagulat, may mga taong mabilis mag-move on. Meron naman mga taong ang tagal, as in years, bago sila maka-move forward. So, it really depends on each person kung paano nila to i-handle. So, yun yan.
So, ang pinaka-popular sa when you say heartbreak, lalo na sa social media, is yung may naglolokong asawa or jowa, di ba? Or boyfriend, girl. Ba't ba ako jowa ng jowa? Bakit ba nagloloko ang isang tao, Miss MC?
Okay. To be honest, I cannot really answer that with so much accuracy and precision because I'm not a cheater. Okay. But there are numerous studies that could support na it's because of lack of satisfaction. They think that their partner isn't enough or they're looking for something else in the relationship. Not really the partner, but the relationship itself. Some people say na may mga tao din na in love sa feeling ng pagiging in love. Hindi talaga dun sa tao. So sometimes, they're looking for something like, especially nowadays, I have nothing against K-drama, okay? But dahil doon, tumataas ngayon yung standards natin. Oh, kailangan ganito yung gawin ng partner natin. Dapat ganito yung gawin namin sa first date. Dapat ganito siya ka-patient. Dapat ganito niya ka-ipaglaban. But then, itong mga to is nakaka-influence sa kung paano natin i-view yung ating ideal relationship. So maybe that's one of the reasons. But then again, Sir Rupert, there are some reasons that cannot be explained. So ito yung gusto ko i-explore. I wanna share yung ang napag-aralan ko, yung nahanap kong data about there are some things that cannot be explained. So this is not about paranormal Pero ito yung mga tipong related sa ghosting. Nakaka-relate siguro yung mga audience natin. Kasi, so paranormal kasi ghost, di ba? Pero what I want to say is, yung parang walang closure na sinasabi. Yung parang kahit anong tanong mo, hindi nila masagot. Yun yung mga bagay na hindi talaga natin mabibigyan ng answer. Pero somehow science and psychology has an answer to that. Na hindi pala natin sila dapat i-force to give us an answer. Because meron palang disorder related to that specific thing. Yung tao is cannot explain what's wrong with you. Kasi kadalasan, bakit hindi na lang ako? Di ba ganun? Bakit ano pa bang kulang sa akin? So they cannot really answer that. So what they do, since they're confronted with that, they just make up excuses, perhaps. So kailangan natin malaman kung paano mag-deal sa mga taong ito. Unawain natin sila kung anong nangyayari ba sa utak nila, bakit nagagawa nila yung mga bagay na bigla-bigla. Okay? And even themselves, they cannot understand what's going on in their minds. So, ito yung mga kakaiba na hindi pa natin na-explore. Kasi we always tend to blame the person. Diba? Na pag iniwan tayo, kasi masama siya. Ganun. Or we tend to blame ourselves kasi may kulang sa akin. But then again, we can avoid this pala. We can avoid these toxic stages. Or maybe not really entirely avoid, but maybe experience it, but in a short span of time, so that we can move on with our lives. We can move forward with our lives. So yun yung maganda sanang i-discuss natin today and in other platforms.
What's your take on Miss MC about forgiveness? Shall we forgive, and do they deserve a second chance? Yung mga loko-lokong niya, mga loko-lokong niya.
Okay. Again, this is a very good topic. Forgiveness. For me, in my opinion, forgiveness is done not for the person. Okay? You also do it for yourself. Kasi you are gonna be free from all of those overthinking, tapos yung bitterness, yung grudge. So without that negative feeling, or without those negative feelings, mas madali kang makaka-move forward. So, you forgive because you want to be free from all of those hatred and anger and pain. And somehow, I can relate to this. My life wasn't perfect. It hasn't been perfect, but there are people who may have who may have gone out of their way to make it a little bit miserable. But, okay, you have to look at the brighter side. Okay, you always have to look at the lessons that you've learned with them and through them. So, forgiveness for me has become challenging, but in the end, fulfilling. I guess I can say na mahirap man siya gawin, it is worth it. Not only for them, but for yourself. So yeah, it's better to forgive. Tapos, Sir Rupert, dun sa question mo na if they deserve a second chance. Okay. If you love the person so much, like yung katulad ng sa nanay sa anak, kasi hindi naman to palagi about lovers, di ba?
Yes.
Di ba ang nanay sa anak or ang tatay sa anak, meron siyang unlimited forgiveness to offer. Kahit gaano pa kakulit yung anak mo, kahit ano pang kasalanan niyan, even pag tumanda yan, and then siguro hindi tayo masuportahan kasi maiintindihan naman natin sila. Ano man yung nagawa nilang kasalanan sa atin, bilang mga magulang, we still accept them and we forgive them countless times kasi we love them. So if you're gonna ask me if they deserve a second chance, even if they're loko-loko, as long as you feel in your heart na yun yung gusto mong gawin, then go on. Ibang-iba yung perspective ko dun sa common na pinapahayo sa'yo ng mga kaibigan mo kapag heartbroken ka na. Wag mo na bigyan ng chance yan. Cheater. Once a cheater, always a cheater, right? Pero kasi, what if you live with regret na, paano kung binigyan ko siya ng chance? Paano kung nag-work? Much better na you tried. Diba? Na you gave him a chance or you gave her a chance, but it was him or her who didn't make use of that chance and who just, threw it away. Unlike yung ikaw mismo yung hindi nagbigay ng chance. You'll forever live with that what if. So, I live with no regrets and yes, so maybe it depends on how strong you are. If you think you can handle forgiving someone and giving him or her another chance, then go ahead. I'm not gonna stop you as long as you can handle it. And when you forgive and when you give another chance, you should be genuinely giving him or her another chance. As in, hindi ka dapat mag-look sa past. Yung mag-count na, ito, ginawa mo to dati. So, nako, kailangan maging paranoid ako na bantayan siya. Mas maging mas controlling ako, right? So, dapat, pa nagbigay ka ng chance, yung talagang genuine chance. You erase all of the past mistakes and then start over with that person. And if you can't do that, if you can't do that and you cannot give that genuine chance that he or she deserves, then just don't, just forgive and then not forget, diba? You don't have to go into another relationship with that person. Maybe transform it into another relationship, maybe a platonic one, yung hindi romantic, can be friendship. But if you decide na hindi mo kaya, you're not that kind of person, hindi mo kaya, so just stay away because you should really love yourself muna. Kung hindi mo kaya, then you respect your own body, you respect yourself, na hindi mo pa kaya to be this kind of person to someone, then give space and then let time tell kung kaya nyo na. That's it.
Miss MC, what is the fastest way to recover from heartbreak? Or is there a fast way para makarecover yung broken-hearted na tao from iniwan, tsaka niloko, and iniwan na parang nawala sa mundong ito?
You know what? If only there was a manual that we can read readily to, transform ourselves into a better version of ourselves. Na wag na tayong magmukmok, right? If only there was a manual about life then in general. But there's none. It's, as I've said a while ago, it's different for each case. It's different for everyone. So we cannot really say, oh, here's a book, you read this, you can move forward in 30 days. But of course, it would be impossible because we have our own path and we have our own recovery, our own journey in moving forward. So we cannot really dictate, oh, you do this and then you'll be better. Walang guarantee. So I want to be as genuine as possible. Pero talagang walang ganon, Sir Rupert. Yun nga, I believe na may mga stages yan. According to the studies din ng mga psychologists and experts, may mga stages kang dapat pagdaanan. And even dun sa studies namin sa education, may mga effect kapag nag-skip ka, kasi nagmamadali ka. If you skip one stage, you will regress. You will go back to that stage when you become an adult. So same thing with the heartbreak. If you don't pass through all the stages, there will come a time na ma-realize mo na nagre-relapse ka or bumabalik ka. Akala mo tapos ka na magalit. Pero akala mo na forgive mo na. Pero dahil minadali mo siya, nangyari, bumalik ka, nagagalit ka ulit. So maganda you take your time and then you experience every stage. And then you can say na napagdaanan ko yon. I gave it ample time. I gave ample time for me to heal. then I'll be better because I didn't skip any stage and I took my time.
The more na minamadali mo yung recovery, the more na magiging risky yung pag-recover mo from being heartbroken.
Yes, exactly, Sir Rupert.
Miss MC, nung bata ka ba, paano ka nagre-recover sa
Okay.
Nung bata ka,
Ay, madali lang. Madali lang, Sir Rupert. Paano ba ako mag-recover? Nung talagang batang-bata pa ako, bibilan lang ako ng mama ko ng pwede ba mag-endorse? Yung kadalasan na binibigay sa atin to cheer us up pag may sakit tayo, Royal. Yung malamig na Royal, pag may sakit, kahit may sakit ka or down na down ka, pag binilan ka nun, magaling ka na maya-maya. Ewan ko kung anong magic ng soft drink ng bata tayo.
Meron pa bang Royal?
Minsan, meron pa.
Meron pa.
Actually, meron sa ref. Gusto niyo? So, it still cheers me up, actually. Yung cold beverage. Ano pa ba? Minsan may ka-partner pa nga yung Skyflakes. Diba? Yung simple things lang. Tapos yung papa ko naman, my father, my dad, he cheers me up by giving me snacks, yung mga favorite snacks ko na hindi na available ngayon. So, ayun. Masaya na ako doon. So, yun, sir.
Okay.
Pagkain and drinks.
Well, may ganun no? Yung dinadaan sa kain yung pag-recover niya. Diba? Meron ganun, no?
Kaya ako nanaba.
Miss MC, normal ba ang maging bitter sa isang heartbroken? Advisable ba na maging bitter ka?
Okay. Being bitter or angry is very normal. It's part of the stages of heartbreak. You have to experience it. Kasi if you don't, Christianity, pagiging Christian natin, our religion may say na, no, you shouldn't be bitter, you should forgive right away. Of course, that's the ideal thinking. Pero kasi minsan talagang mahirap sa tao, lalo na kung the sin, yung mistake na ginawa against you is very hard to forgive. So you really have to experience that. I myself, I'm not that kind of a person na angry, na bitter, pero kapag kasi na-experience mo yun, yung ganong klaseng trauma, hindi po maiiwasan eh. I'm not talking about romantic relationships kasi baka kinakabahan na yung mga naging ex ko. Pero I'm not saying na sila yun. But what I mean to say is in general sa buhay, may mga tao talagang nag-reject sa'yo, sa job. I heard hurtful words when I was applying, but of course, I already forgave them. But yun nga, ang kailangan talaga natin is maintindihan na kailangan natin pagdaanan yung stages. Of course, you can be bitter. Of course, you can be angry. We're just humans, right? So we need to experience that natural and normal feeling or else it will come back. So we have to really take time and experience being bitter. Ang hindi ko lang ang ma-recommend is for you to stay in that stage. For you to linger, yung forever kang bitter. Gaano ka ba katagal magagalit, 'di ba? It would just stall or stop you in your journey to moving forward, in transforming yourself to a better version of you. Kasi 'di ba, you're actually destroying your life by being bitter. So, you can feel bitter but don't stay there.
So somehow yung bitterness is connected siya sa forgiveness. So parang kaya ka bitter, hindi mo pa na yung stage of forgiveness. Tama pa kami.
Yes, oo, syempre. Kasi nga, it's a normal effect of being heartbroken. You have to blame something or someone. Usually, it's the one who caused that heartbreak. So you blame that person. But then, magkakaroon naman ng time na guilty ka, biniblame mo naman yung sarili mo. Right? Or you blame the situation kasi hindi pabor yung magulang niya sa akin eh. Kung pabor lang sana sila, di sana nag-work kami. If only the situation is ideal, we could have worked out. Ganun. Madami tayong ganun eh. Madami tayong ganun thinking. We need to blame something or someone for the pain. And it's very normal.
Miss MC, okay lang ba na maging kaibigan ang ex?
Okay. So this is related to what I've said a while ago.
Yeah.
It's really a case-to-case basis. Some exes are friends. I mean, some exes were friends before, and so they decide to just keep the friendship and let go of the romantic love. And I respect them for that because it's their choice. And I admire them because they can do that. And it's not for everyone. Why am I saying this? Again, we are wired differently. We are capable of doing different things. I mean, and we are also expected not to do everything that other people can do, right? So if they can do it, it doesn't mean it's applicable to you. You also analyze. Oh, naalala ko tuloy sa Rupert yung first webcast natin. Yung leap, yung diniscuss ko, di ba?
Yes.
Yung letter A, you have to analyze kung alin doon ang applicable sa'yo. Hindi yung porket ginawa nila, ay gagawin ko din yun. See? They became friends. I can become friends with my ex. Ganon. So, but then, it could be a possibility, but still you have to analyze if it's applicable to you. What if, yun yung tinatawag nila, paano kung marupok ka? Yung tipong mabiro ka lang ng ex-third friend mo, tapos na-in-love ka na naman, di ba, mas masakit yun. So, if you cannot handle that, or lalo na kapag nagkaroon na ng bagong relationship yung ex mo, di ba? Tapos sa'yo pa kinonfide, oh, I met someone new, di ba? Paano kung meron ka pang feelings? So, it's not that ideal. You don't go there if you can't handle it. So, yun.
So, depende sa tao.
Sa tao, yes.
Hindi talaga siya yes or no. So, depende sa...
You have to scale din, or you have to weigh kung what is more important to you ba? Kung yung love na romantic or yung platonic na friendship. So if you think this is more, then go ahead. Pero just make sure that you're stable. Okay? You're firm. You're strong. Kasi mahirap talaga yun.
Okay. Miss MC, let's talk about your book. What inspired you to write this breakthrough ebook?
Yeah, so what inspired me to write this breakthrough ebook? This is actually, my first one is How Not to Let Heartbreak Break You. The same title with our, a webcast. The thing is, okay, as I've said, I've experienced a lot of failures in life, and one of which had the strongest impact, and that was just in January this year. Okay? Kasama dun sa package yun eh. Kasama dun sa package na yun is yung pandemic itself.
Okay.
But you know what? Yeah, si pandemic itself. I also got separated from a long-term relationship that ran for almost 13 years. Okay, hindi ko na mabilang na 13 years kasi hindi umabot eh. Okay, so I don't see this as a reason to make the book, but I saw this as an inspiration to share with others my journey on how I was able to cope up. Because it's really challenging to, be separated when you have invested for almost 12 to 13 years. And then, you also have to be, in my case, a single mother to two, in a crisis such as this, which is like a global pandemic. And of course, you don't have any time to be bitter, as I've told you, Sir Rupert, right? You cannot really stay in that stage because your children are counting on you. Inaasahan ka. So you really have to do everything to move forward as soon as possible. Malaking pa yung magdrama eh, right? And then, so what inspired me to make this book is I want everyone to realize what I realize. That it is indeed possible. Just just to remind everyone that they also have this capability to pick themselves up and transform themselves in the quickest possible time. But this is contrary to what I've said a while ago, Sir Rupert, right? That there is no shortcut, right? That's why I didn't make my book into a 30-day moving forward, step-by-step guide, how to, right? But what I did is I made it into a book that would inspire those people who would need some help with regards to this crisis or problem. Okay, it is how not to let heartbreak break you. It is actually telling us that we are we're actually saying yeah, there is a heartbreak, but we won't let it break us further. Because it has already caused us pain. But since we don't have the luxury of time to stay at that stage of grieving, we need not really a guide, but a companion. You know what, Sir Rupert, people who are experiencing heartbreak are most of the time pushing people away from them. Normal yan eh. I want to be alone. Kasi, of course, they cannot accept pa eh na yung what they have invested for many years or minsan kahit nga yung relationship is just for a month, especially if it meant a lot to them, wala din naman sa time eh. It's almost the same intensity yung pain, di ba? Now, kailangan nila ng companion, but they are pushing people away. So, what motivated me to write this book is for me to reach those people who suffered like me. Because I also push people away. I only confided to my chosen few. And in this case, in this pandemic, you cannot be alone, especially if you're with the heartbreak. So I really pushed forward. I really pushed to finish the book so that I can reach my target readers in time, for them not to think about further ways to break themselves, because self-destruction is not the answer. So yun yung pinaka-driving force ko, Sir Rupert. I want to reach many people who need help but push people away because they want to be alone. And they cannot be alone. So my book would serve as their companion, their personal companion through this.
Nice. Actually, nakita ko yung video in your book. Nabanggit mo dun yung narcissism. What is narcissism and why did you decide to include it as part of your book, Miss MC?
Yes. Ayun, Sir Rupert, yung sinasabi ko kanina. This is what I mentioned a while ago. Yun yung may pagka-paranormal kasi you cannot understand why did he or she break up with me. Mm-hmm. And even if you ask that person, lagyan mo pa rin siya ng spotlight dyan, mas i-interrogate mo man, magsayang ka ng oras, they cannot tell you the reason why. Right? One of the cases kasi is they themselves don't know that something is wrong. Okay? Narcissism is also NPD. Okay. I don't want to go into the details because
police department ba?
and narcissistic psychopathic disorder.
I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm. In this case, ito yung mga tao na iba lang sila. They're wired differently. So, according to some research, sige, I'm gonna say some things na rin about it. Since you asked. Okay. Ano siya eh, they're not, according to the research especially if you are diagnosed with NPD, it means that it's not only about you love yourself. Kasi we know narcissism as like from Narcissus, the story of Narcissus. He loves himself so much and then he died because of it, diba? Now the thing is, ang NPD is, yeah, they love themselves, but to be by the book with it, they don't know how to love. They cannot feel empathy. Like for example, they always blame the person. They always tend to blame the other person for the unfortunate thing. Like for example, break up. Oh, bakit tayo naghiwalay? Kasi ikaw masyado kang ganito. Masyado mo akong dinidiktahan. Yun. So, I'm not saying na everybody who's like that is narcissist or with NPD. Kasi you need an expert to diagnose you if you have one. I don't want you guys, nakapanood ako ng ganito or nakabasa ako about NPD and pasok siya doon. No. Please don't do that. Kasi posible rin na iba yung situation ng tao. But then again, why did I feature this in my book? Because amazingly, there are many cases of this that tend to go undiagnosed. Why? People cannot accept that they have NPD. Okay. This is a very interesting topic, especially when you have gone through a heartbreak na without any answer. Yung parang left ka na walang closure. So usually yun yung case. You cannot get a straight answer from the person because they cannot tell you because they are empty inside. They cannot feel you. Kahit magreklamo ka the whole day, hindi mo to ginawa, ganyan. They cannot feel you. They just think that you are, a drama king or a drama queen. Yun yung isa sa mga, yung mga pinapakita ng people with NPD. So, for us na nakakaranas nun, kailangan nilang malaman na kung ano yun. Also, I can relate this sa Rupert dun sa first webcast, yung LEAP, yung LEAP. You have to learn about it, specifically narcissism or NPD, so that you can understand. Kasi you will live your whole life, trying to ask the question to the person, and then he will not have or she will not have a specific answer for you. So, in order not to waste time, you have to learn about it.
Okay. Miss MC, what is your 2-minute advice to our viewers in general, yung mga broken-hearted na iniwan, niloko, nawalan ng mahal sa buhay. So, lahat-lahat sila. What is your 2-minute advice to all of them?
Okay. First, you need to know that you are not alone. That is one of my motivation in writing my book. You need to know that you're not alone. You need to know that other people have experienced that and are also experiencing it. But of course, we cannot say that our journey is much more difficult. We cannot claim that. But what we can share is how we were able to get through, hoping that you can take inspiration from our experience and then apply it to your life, whichever is applicable, so that you can move forward the easiest way and the fastest way possible. We cannot guarantee that it would be okay tomorrow, but for sure, it would be better. So don't self-destruct, don't destroy yourself. What you can do is be a better version of you. I know it's hard for you to imagine that right now. So it's okay to go through the process. The stages are normal. It's okay to be angry. It's okay, but don't stay there. There's still hope. So, especially now, if you are feeling heartbroken about your relationship, about your job, about losing someone, especially in this pandemic, nothing is guaranteed. But again, you're not alone. We are afraid too. But what we can do is to make our day better. Like wake up and then try to be more positive than we were yesterday. Okay, so yeah, it's possible. You can break through. You just have to know. How. And the first thing to do is to take a breather. Okay, take a break. You've been through a heartbreak. You take a break, and then you learn about your condition. Read more. Engage with people who have been there. They will tell you the tips and some advice on how you can be better. Apply what's applicable to you, and don't rush the process, and plan your future. Because when you begin to plan, is the beginning of hope. yeah, there's a better tomorrow for all of us.
Thank you sa 2-minute advice mo, Miss MC.
Sorry, baka nag-exceed.
Marami pa sana akong tanong, kaya lang we're running out of time. So siguro we will just send you a message, pati yung mga viewers natin kung may mga questions sila.
Yes, please do.
Are you ready for the fast talk, Miss MC?
The very famous fast talk. Sige, sir.
Ako si Boy Abunda. Puro broken heart.
Ito na.
Topic natin. Okay.
Okay.
So,
Minsan lang tayo mag-feeling celebrity, so shoot, sir.
yes. So, are you ready, Miss MC?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do this. Fast talk. Mamahalin mo or mamahalin ka?
Mamahalin ko.
Love or career?
Love. Huh?
Ano ang kanta ng buhay mo?
Tuloy pa rin.
Hotel or resort?
New colors. Again, sir?
Hotel or resort?
Resort.
Unang ginagawa pagkagising?
Nagdadasal. Nagpapasalamat na nagising.
Unang website or app na binubuksan sa umaga?
Facebook.
Email or messenger?
Messenger, to be honest.
Paboritong
Messenger.
libro?
Okay. Little Princess by Frances Hodgson Burnett.
Paboritong kasabihan?
Princess Sarah yun. In God, nothing is impossible if only you believe.
Preferred way of learning, eBook or online course?
eBook.
Kung bibigyan ka ng shares ng company, aling company pipiliin mo? Ayala, SM, San Miguel?
SM, because they got it all.
You have 100 million pesos. Anong startup company ang sisimulan mo?
Educational institution.
Describe entrepreneurship in one sentence.
Entrepreneurship is being able to produce a product or a service that would change people's lives.
Last question. Lights on, lights off.
Lights on para makapagbasa. Gotcha, there's a Rupert.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss MC. Again, ano yung book natin, Miss MC? Gusto mo silang invite?
Yeah, oo. So, I was able to make 2 books. One I'll give away for free.
Oh,
It
may
is
free
As We Wait.
Okay.
Yeah. Oo. Kasi, okay, I was able to compile some Bible verses that would inspire us during this pandemic. And I think it would be the best combination with my ebook. But I want to give the first one for free, yung As We Wait. As we wait, habang nag-aantay tayo na mawala tong pandemic na to, we can get inspired by the Bible verses. You know, Sir Rupert, one thing that made me move forward is reading the Bible verses. You know, I got a lot of friends who sent me Bibles to read from different religions sila, ha. Nakakatuwa nga yung concern nila. So I also want to do the same to everyone who joined us in this webcast, and also to everyone who would support our social media sites, because that's the only way that we can access them, diba? If only we can give it to everyone talaga. So yeah, please go to the link that we would give you. All you need to do is just write your email so that we can send the copy to your email. So that's one.
What can people expect from the other book?
The other book, okay. So that one is not for free. Yung How Not to Let Heartbreak Break You. Please understand, ang hirap niya kasi gawin. See How Not to Let Heartbreak Break You is yung first ng series of breakthrough books. I am already starting with the other books, but let's start talking about the first one.
So, may series siya, Miss MC series.
Yes,
okay.
oo. So as I was saying, Sir Rupert, heartbreak is not only about romantic relationships. Yung other books is about jobs, yung career, and also parenting. So maganda yung series actually. Medyo may potential.
Parang
Now,
Netflix
itong
pa yan,
yes. So yung yung inuna ko lang kasing tapusin is yung talagang very common, yung pag narinig mo yung heartbreaking about romantic relationship, end of a romantic relationship. And what they can expect, this is not your ordinary heartbreak book na would allow you to feel bitter and anger, but it would expose you to the different stages of heartbreak so that you can learn more about your heartbreak. And also, I was able to incorporate the use of worksheets. You know, meron siyang pwede sagutan after each chapter. And then you can assess yourself on what stage ka na ba. Ganun siya ka-personal. You can write dun sa book. Sana nga kung pwede ko lang gawin siyang But, actually, I'm planning of self-publishing na rin para print siya, diba? Pero sa ngayon, eBook muna tayo para mas marami siyang ma-reach. Kasi nga, I want to target those people na during this pandemic na sobrang depressing sa atin. So, kailangan may deadline tayong dapat i-beat. So, yun. It's very personal. Yung approach is very personal. And also, nandito nga yung chapter about narcissism and other cases. It would also contain about rebound relationship. May ganun siya. So, a bit of everything. So, siguro, ma-entertain kayo habang nagbabasa kayo while you're recovering from your heartbreak. You would also be entertained kasi you would explore on the different types of heartbreaks. So, I really hope that you can learn from this and then it would help you transform your lives and make it more positive.
Marami silang matututunan dyan, Miss MC. Miss MC, if gusto ka nalang reach out sa Facebook, anong Facebook page natin?
Yeah. Same. My Facebook page is entitled Breakthrough, How Not to Let Heartbreak Break You. I know it's very long. Pero magbibigay naman tayo ng link mamaya. And actually, meron din naman video na pwede tayo i-show sa ating social media site. Makikita nyo kung ano yung page na yon. And dun sa mga makakakuha ng copy ng book na How Not to Let Heartbreak Break You, meron po tayong WordPress page. Dun ko sisimulan yung ating support group. So magkakaroon ng support group, Sir Rupert. I would ask my friends na naging personal counselors ko to share themselves to others din. Kasi of course, 'di ba, if you have something to share ko na rin yung mga friends ko na nakatulong sa akin. I really think na pagsama-sama, kaya So,
sa pagkabili nila, meron pang additional para consultation, ganyan.
Yes. So, kasi Sir Rupert, healing is messy. You think kaya mo na. One day, akala mo, I'm good. I'm already forgiven him. But then the next day, here's anxiety again, depression. So, you need people to remind you, don't lose hope, and then you gotta keep going. So, yeah.
So, may after-sale service pa siya. May after-sale service.
During and after. Yes.
Nice.
So, yun.
Okay. Thank you so much, Miss MC, for joining me today sa ating webcast. And I'm looking forward seeing you again next year. Pagka natapos mo na yung book 2 mo o yung pangalawang series ng Breakthrough, abangan namin yung mga viewers. So, lahat ng mga viewers, puntahan nyo lang yung Facebook page or yung link na ibibigay ni Miss MC. And I'm sure marami kayong matutunan doon. Okay.
So, thank you very much, Sir Rupert. You've been a mentor and an inspiration and a friend to all of us. Saludo kami sa'yo. Ay, Sir Migs!
Yes!
Shout out, Sir Migs! We miss you.
Okay.
My partner from the first webcast. Thank you po. Bye-bye.
Again, thank you so much, Miss MC Concepcion, for enlightening us about heartbreak. And to all our viewers, thank you so much for watching. Sa ating mga followers ng Cashflow and Mindset Academy, maraming salamat sa panonood ng webcast natin at sa pag-share ng mga videos and mga posts ng Facebook natin at sa YouTube. Maraming salamat dun sa mga nag-subscribe. Again, guys, keep in mind that investment in knowledge pays the best interest. I'm Rupert Flores. Thank you and have a good day.